Hey guys, Aaron with Integrity Canine Trainers. Today we've got Aspen. Aspen's a 2-year-old Goldendoodle that has just the greatest personality. One of the best Goldendoodles that I've gotten to work with, because though she has energy, we've been able to get her to where when she wants attention, she goes into a sit instead of jumping. And before, she was like a kangaroo, just jumping on those back legs, trying to wrap you up. And now she'll go into a sit when she greets and just kind of present her best self. So she's very polite, very well mannered, and have really enjoyed working with her. So today what we're going to do is do our final walkthrough at Lowe's. We're going to demonstrate all the skills that she has learned over the past 2 weeks, which will include loose leash heel, off leash heel, place, sit down, and both of those come with, or all three of those come with, distance, duration, and distractions. We're going to look at greeting manners, just staying focused and on task, which is somewhat hard for her because if somebody makes eye contact, she wants to come see them. So we'll be working with her a little bit there. I do have treats today, and we'll use them as needed. She really has gotten to where she doesn't require treats anymore, but they are always handy to have on your side here. So with that, let's start out here with the place command. So the place command, looking for something that has some elevation, clearly defined boundaries where I can put her. It really helps as an anchor point. So say we're in the house and the kids have a lot of friends over and she's just all up in their business. I can say, Aspen, place, put her on that place and get her to hold that position on place. It's kind of like her dog bed would be a good example of that. Aspen, come on, here we go. Hey, where you at? Come on, place. Atta girl, good. And then we'll put it into a sit. Yes, good, good girl. Then we can do our distance, duration, distractions, which is something that you're going to see with the sit and the down command as well. So I guess I picked this area for the scenery, but there are no people around except over here at the checkout line. So a distraction for her, because she is so attached, is just simple distance. So we'll do that. Get a little bit of distance. If I turn my back, sometimes that triggers them to release because they want to be with me. And then we'll just let her sit there for a little bit and get used to it. But the place command, like I said, is a really good one to utilize in the home. It also helps to build confidence. Good girl, good place, good sit, good. So the more things, the more services that we can put them on, the more confidence she's going to gain, and the more trust in her handler and in her owners is going to come along with that. So to the point where if I showed her something that's way above eye level and I said place, then she'll trust me and she'll get up there on place. So come on through, man. You're good. You're going that way? Okay. Just admiring. She's a lot to admire. So when I'm done with sit, place, or down, I can release her with a couple different ways. One is come, and that's going to be from point A to point B. You're still working. Or I can do break and tell her that basically your job is done. Give her a paycheck. For her, a paycheck is going to be affection, or it's going to be a treat. One of those two things typically. So Aspen, come. Good girl. Sit. Good. From here, we're going to lead out into loose leash heel. With loose leash heel, I'm going to take my thumb with the loop here. I'm going to double it over to create a boundary. So this is kind of the boundary that I want her to honor. Aspen, sit. Good. Oh, you're on the left. You're trying to tell me, aren't you? So this lets me set that distance. Aspen, sit. Good girl. So that when we're walking, if she ever feels a little pressure there, then she knows that she's out of bounds and she needs to come back in. We'll also, when she feels that pressure, we'll be using the e-collar. Currently, my e-collar set at 0, so I'm going to fix that. And for her, we're going to take it up to a 5. Okay, so out of 5, it's super light stimulation, but this gives me the ability to scale up quickly. So if there's a big distraction, her adrenaline gets to pumping or something like that, I can scale up quickly to override that adrenaline and get her attention back to me. So with that, we're going to lead out. Aspen, heel, good. Here we go, heel. So as we're walking, if I'm going to change directions, then I'm going to give her name. So I'll say Aspen, and we'll take a left-hand turn, a right-hand turn, or 180, whatever it is. Aspen, here, good. I like where she's walking right now. I want her head or nose right about my knee. That way, as I'll demonstrate up here, when we take a left-hand turn, she can flex her head to go with me. So Aspen, good, yes, good girl. Yep, good. So right now, my primary mode of communication with her is the e-collar. I prefer that because it allows me to remain where she's tuned up for off-leash heel. Aspen, good. Good girl, good girl. Okay. Hey, how are you?
Good.
You want to do some greeting manners with us? All right, come here. Sit. Aspen, sit. Good girl, good girl. All right. There we go.
Hi, Aspen. You remember me? How you doing? Sit, Aspen. Good girl.
Good.
Girl. Good girl. Yeah. Stay.
Perfect. Thanks, Shelly.
You're welcome.
Sit, sit. So I like, in greeting manners, I like for them to be in a sit whenever the initial greeting begins. She got out of that. The individual asked her to go back into a sit, and she did. So that's really good to train your people to be able to do that, so that whenever she wants attention, she gets that by going into a sit. So even though she came up, she didn't jump, which is a huge improvement for her. Good girl. All right, Aspen, come, sit, down, down. Good girl, good girl. So we're gonna put her into a down. We're gonna look at the lows clearance section here, which is always fun. There's always deals and steals that you can look at, but I never buy anything because I'm a cheapskate. So they're not good enough for me yet. But this is a great opportunity to do some distance and some duration. Are all our distractions walked away again? But we'll just roll with it here.
Feel anticipation, you have little patience. Hopefully we'll see this through. Sparks at night, thunder, roll another number. The guys are looking out for you. Everybody's got something to say. Everybody's got something to say.
Good. Okay, so good coaching moment there. She got startled by a cart behind us, so you saw her take a quick glance behind us and shoot forward. One thing I don't want to do is say, "Oh my gosh, it's okay, it's okay." I don't want to coddle her. I just want to keep her in her command. So right now it's heel. She started to get a little anxious, go ahead of me. Called her back with the e-collar, put her back in her place, and that's how we build confidence. She understands that I'm not worked up about it, I'm not worried, she shouldn't be worried. Good girl. All right. Aspen, sit. Sit. Good. So now we're going to transition into off-leash heel. So off-leash heel, same rules apply. I want to keep her close to me, where she's not going too far past my my knee there. And then I'm going to use verbal commands and the e-collar. So we've gone down to a 3, and so we're going to just use that as kind of her barrier. So if she starts to go outside of her boundary, then I'll click it, and that should bring her back into position. So, all right, Aspen, you ready? Come on, heel. Ah, girl. Sit. Good job. Good job. That's Aspen. She did really good going around the store, working through distractions. She's still showing a little bit of that, I'd call it a doodle brain, where she just wants to be with people and wants to please. They're funny. These dogs will get their feelings hurt, and they can, when they know that they're not doing what you want them to do. And so bringing them back out of that often is a challenge. She overcomes that really well and recovers. Can't wait to see how she does when she goes home and turns into the best little family dog that she can be. So stay tuned, watch the rest of her playlist, and tell me what you think.